has made his reputation out of being a good cook. Not about being volatile, not about kicking people out. That is the media looking for another story.
July last year, West London.
L'aubergine restaurant, bonjour. Madame, l'aubergine has been closed, madame, since 3 days ago. I'm sorry, yeah, the chef has resigned and the staff walk out with him, yeah?
Ramsay's growing disillusion with the way the aubergine is run by its owners, A to Z Restaurants, has erupted into anger over the sacking of one of his chefs. He's decided to go it alone and open his own restaurant. Nearly all the staff are going with him.
I mean, what do you think the future is for aubergine and we'll get to you.
I mean, I don't really know. That's not really my problem. I'm sure whatever they decide to do, there'll be a huge success.
I'm very sorry, but I cannot do anything on Friday, the 31st of July for lunch.
The gunfight at the A to Z Corral captures media attention and gives Ramsay a rich opportunity to hype his new venture.
To be said for no such thing as bad publicity, especially when you're opening a new restaurant. You are probably one of the prime examples of celebrity chef when you become more celebrated or notorious in the past few days.
I'm not a celebrity. I mean, that's Brian Turner and Gary Rhodes. They're celebrity chefs. I mean, let's get it right now. I'm a cook, and I enjoy cooking, and I'm not interested in signing a multi-million-pound deal that I can conduct a kitchen from an office. I want to continue cooking. I want my own individuality, and I would like to have a setup where I'm no longer a 33% shareholder. I want to be 100% individually owned.
People seem to go out to restaurants, particularly in London, more to be seen than necessarily for the food.
That's quite sad.
Yeah. Does that frustrate you? Especially aubergine is such a place to be.
Yeah, but we have you go through Heathrow and you carry your bags, and we have this scanner system where you put your bags on and you go through and you've got any metal keys. We have the same sort of setup at the aubergine where we detect silicone. As you walk through the door, the beep goes off and they get kicked out. They get taken down to the kitchen first, shown to the boys, and then out. Especially when Scary Spice came in. Go on.
I'm sorry about that, but thank you for your call. Bye-bye, madam.
Unlike Ramsay, A to Z have decided not to talk about the walkout. They've been forced to close the restaurant until they find replacement staff.
The restaurant has closed down last Tuesday.
So all the staff always said their career is with Gordon, it's not with A to Z. They're not going to put I worked for A to Z for 2 years on the CV at the end of working for Gordon. They're going to put their work for Gordon Ramsay at the aubergine restaurant.
Ramsay's bought La Tante Claire, just up the road from the aubergine. He's given himself 4 weeks to gut the place, remodel and reopen under his own name. It's costing £1.2 million, paid for from his own savings, a frightening bank loan, and a little help from the family.
Yeah, you're not going to come back to me and say 6 weeks out of Stevie.
Ramsay already has 2 Michelin stars, but wants to be the youngest chef to win 3, the highest accolade of his profession.
The main reason why I left the aubergine was the fact that you don't become a 3-star chef in a large corporate setup. 3 stars, 2-star operations are about individuality, about individual style.
I'm still underachieved, I suppose, and I haven't won my 3rd Michelin star. So there's goals to be had and targets to be reached. So that's the target really. 3 Michelin stars.
You get to see
more. But more compact on the entrance.
For once, Ramsay's putting his own money where his big mouth is. £13,000 of it goes on a hand-painted mural for the dining room.
This looks lovely. This.
It's an integral element of the whole restaurant design. How do you feel, Gordon, about people being able to see through into the corridor? Do you want that view obscured more as well?
I think the most important thing, it's not a busy passageway. We're not having 100 people walk through there in the space of 3 hours. We're talking about 45 people. So To be honest, I'd rather not have them distracted by anyone walking in there.
Okay, so we really obscure as much as we can.
Yeah, as much as possible, because it just makes it that touch more
intimate.
Secluded.
Yeah.
And I've taken a huge risk. How many chefs in this country would really come out the safety net that I had at A to Z? You know, earning £150,000, £200,000 a year. And gone at it alone, I suppose.
Well, I mean, I'm a shareholder of A to Z restaurants still.
A week to go before the opening, and the media are tripping over themselves. But not all the publicity is good. A TV documentary investigating bad bosses has secretly filmed Ramsay verbally abusing his staff. An unidentified camera crew has made Gordon jittery.
So I'm actually being haunted at the moment by fucking Granada television for Bosses from Hell. And the programme comes out on Tuesday night, and if they're from there, then I'm going to go. Yeah, but I'm just going to find out where they're from first. Nothing to do with Granada. No? I'm actually tied up in an interview right now, so I'm not really available for an interview, to be honest, no.
Not even for a couple of minutes?
No. I mean, I knew nothing about it, so I don't really want to...
No, well, we didn't know you'd be here.
Sure. So therefore you weren't expecting to talk to me, so you don't need me on there.
It was just a bonus, if you would.
Fine, okay, but I'm very wary. I mean, a TV crew just turns up and they start filming the front. And they're here because they want to do it for German television. They're both English, and she's got hairy armpits, and I don't believe her. Full stop.
As the crew leave, Ramsay's not sure who they were. In fact, they were nothing to do with the Granada investigation.
But yeah, you have to walk around with all eyes open, even the one on your arse.
The morning of the opening, the fates are not smiling. ITV has chosen tonight of all nights to broadcast the documentary about brutal bosses. On his way to work, Gordon takes it personally.
Got this bloody programme. So, you know, there's quite a lot of things on my mind, and customers are paying tonight, so there's no fuck-ups now. It's real. It's a real McCoy, and it's got to be right. Thank you. I think what I'd like to do is just stay calm, remain in the kitchen, and deal with the shit when it hits the fan tomorrow morning, if it does. I mean, it really depends on what kind of programme it is. It's not going out till 10:40, and that'll put a lot of people off because they're not really interested in staying out that late to watch chefs shouting in the kitchen.
The staff know what to expect. They've worked under Gordon before at the Aubergine. Once again, they swallow their pride and prepare to get Ramsay'd.
We only work here to learn probably the best food in England at the moment, and probably some of the best food in the world, so that's why you put up with it. And you only get shouted at on bollocks if you do something wrong, so that's how you learn. It's like being in the army, you know what
I mean? Did you see the Times? It's not a very nice piece. They just mentioned woolly boy tactics and, you know, psychological barriers about bad bosses. I mean, fucking arseholes.
5 o'clock. The dining room is immaculate. It's small, intimate and exclusive. 14 tables, room for just 45 customers, and tonight every seat is taken. Marcus Waring has worked as one of Gordon's head chefs for the past 5 years.
So this is probably the biggest day of his life because this is him, independent, 100% on his own. And there's only one man that can make a mess of it now, and that's Gordon. And he knows that.
Less than an hour to go. Nothing must mar the perfection of the opening night. Any incongruity must be stamped on and eliminated.
Hey, you, come here. Why has he got a blue plaster on in the fucking service? Why has he got a blue plaster on in the fucking dining room? Hello? Or go and buy something from Europa, now. Yes. A blue fucking plaster and 2 Michelin star establishment. On earth, not you. You. You better, look at his finger, look. Smart, immaculate, and a fucking blue plaster. Shit! Go fuck off and buy some white plasters. Go on, Christophe. come here. You're young. Yeah. One day you want to be a top restaurant manager.
Who knows?
Yeah. Who knows? Fuck knows. Yeah. Do you think it's acceptable that you wear a blue plaster in a dining room of that standard?
I had only this type of plaster, chef.
You had only this type of plaster.
Yeah, chef.
So what about open your big French eyes and looking for white plasters?
I was in a hurry, chef.
You were in a hurry?
Yes, chef.
Fuck off, will you? Stop bullshitting me. Yeah, did you have time to go and get them? You didn't have time to go and get them today?
I had.
Right, does it look, show me your hand. Does it look more discreet or does it look stupid?
It's okay, chef. No.
Sorry?
But now it's okay, chef.
Thank you. Was that difficult?
Not at all.
And how far is your open food? 2 minutes? Well done. Gold star. Arsehole.
Tonight looks like it's going to be a bumpy ride.
Okay, let's get one foie gras.
7 o'clock, and Ramsay's first customers arrive. They'll spend upwards of £100 a head to sample the creations of the country's most talked about chef.
Nice one, let's get away table 5. One really, one salad de jet, one serving foie gras, one salad pied de cochon. Do you know where the fuse box is, Marcus? Do you know where the fuse box is? Open up the windows, Max. Pass some more water out.
It's becoming increasingly hot in the kitchen. The extraction fan's packed up, and as the temperature rises, the cooks start sweating onto the plates.
Right, can we get hold of an electrician or someone? Yeah? Can we get hold of... Why are you looking at me in a daze? Can we get hold of an electrician or someone, yeah? The extraction's gone off. Please.
No, but if you're out there because you're
Hello, Bob. Hi, Laurent speaking. Yes, now every day we're gonna have a little problem. Tonight is the kitchen extracts that just went off. Yeah. But I understand, but I mean, regarding the contact you've got, anybody you know that will move over tonight, I mean...
In the kitchen, the staff begin to wilt in the 100-degree heat, and Gordon's approach isn't doing much for morale.
Plate, Simon. What's he doing, that fucker? Why aren't you wiping the plates? Why aren't you wiping the plates? What's he doing, Mark, that jerk? Is he talking there, Jean-Claude? No. Fuck it. Go, please, table 6. Go. Come on, Jan.
On it.
Cease. Garnish your cappuccino. Are you?
Yes.
Come here, you. Come here, you. Why aren't you wiping the plates? Why aren't you wiping the plates? Every time there's food on the pass, where should it be? On the fucking pass. Yes. Stay here. Next time, you're out. Yes. Okay? Yes. Hey, young man. That's 3 times in half an hour we're looking for you. Next time, finished. Okay? Hey, big boy, your choice. You want to stand there talking to the fucking kitchen porter all night, or standing here doing your job? What do you prefer?
Stay here.
Well, stay here. Every time there's food on the pass, on the pass.
Nothing in there, there's nothing there. That's alarm, that's alarm.
It's like what? 8:30, 9 o'clock, and it's fucking...
Go! Go! Come on, go! 10:11. Yes. Get away from there. Get away! That's why it's not going out. Do you understand? Close the door. Tidy up. Sauce away. Tidy up. Back. Sarge, I'm serious. Do you know why? Sarge, I can monitor progression in the cook. You know that. I can see who's going to make it, who's not going to make it. You know that. Don't worry. Just put it on there and get rid of it. Okay? Let's go. The restaurant is in the fucking dining room. Go. Table 11.
In the meantime, there's nothing at all. I mean, if I call Simon, he's not going to come over, is he?
So all the electrics are on. Everything's clicking on. I just spoke to Ali. He told me what to do. He said the problem's upstairs, it's on the roof, and he said the fan belt's probably just snapped. It happened at L'Orangerie as well.
30 seconds.
How do we get a fan belt? Is he coming tomorrow morning?
First thing.
The extraction fan can't be repaired tonight.
Okay, let's go. Leave the back door open, Marcus. Outside, in the fridge.
130 degrees and counting. If you can't stand the heat,
First fucking night. 138 degrees. That guy's nearly dying over there. Incredible. I mean, of all nights to go, the first fucking night, the extraction fan breaks down because the fan valve's broken.
They won't come out.
Oh, they're too lazy. They're too interested in watching me on television at 10:40. I suppose if the programme had not been gone out tonight, then they may have come out. There's some arsehole programme gone out with bad bosses that decided to stay in. So I've been stitched twice, haven't I?
So you're going to have to just keep coming out every hour.
Well, we're going to have to, otherwise we're going to drop, aren't we, like flies? Otherwise, otherwise there are going to be a few casualties.
crisis number 2. Not all the customers have ordered yet, but the kitchen's run out of salad. Sarge, the junior sous chef, is next in the firing line.
4 mixed salad, like you said, which I don't believe you. 4 salads and jack and no fucking salad. Close for lunch. What time do you get here? 7 o'clock. Are you? Yeah, as a 25-year-old junior sous chef. Yeah? There's no fucking salad in the place. I hope you're happy. The big boy, just calm down and stop worrying about your flash jackets at 50 quid. Concentrate on keeping your fucking job. Look at it. Happy, yeah? Next time you're out, Sarge, I don't give a fuck. Do you understand? Go, you. Go. There you go. Just apologise about the salad, yeah? Because the fridges have gone down, the salad's not fresh, okay? Did you hear that? He's got to go bullshit now. He's got to tell bullshit to the customers. Yeah? Hey, young man, look at him. He's got to go out now and bullshit. So how old are you? How? 25. Do you reckon you're the same as I was at 25? You're fucking 10 miles away, big boy, huh? No fucking way. I'll call out the order. You haven't got the bollocks to tell me the salad's on. Next time you're out, now I'm getting fucking serious. And that's not because of fucking TV in here. Fuck the TV.
First a hot kitchen, now a hot dining room. The waiters don't know how to control the air conditioning. Ramsay had asked one of them to check the controls some weeks before.
Why did I send you down here to check on the air conditioning before the restaurant closed? The air conditioning. Why did we send you down? So we're not in the fucking shit now, you fat bastard. Yeah. Or did you think it was just come down to have a fucking cup of coffee? To show them how fat you were. So what's the point of you coming down? What was the point of you coming down here to check everything out? It's your brains in your fucking arse. He spent 3 hours here, locating all the buttons, checking out the air conditioning. He doesn't know where the fucking panel is. Maitre D, he's a fucking commie. He's a commie. What are we going to do now then, fatso? Any ideas? Do you not think it's your job to be responsible? Or you think you just got to think about your fucking cheese board all day long? £500 a week to think about a fucking cheese board.
11 o'clock, and astonishingly nobody has been sacked yet. This oversight is hurriedly rectified.
Standing in front of the fucking glass, drinking fucking water. In front of all the customers. Fuck off! Bang. The assistant wine waiter standing in front of the window, drinking from a bottle, standing there guzzling it down. And so I looked at the side of him, and he's standing doing that in front of the table 6. There's 4 customers on there. And they got a clear view right through to the kitchen, watching him drink out of a bottle of Badwa, straight from the mouth. So I grabbed him, threw the bottle in the bin, and sacked him.
I just drink water and 1 or 2 tables, the customers see me.
After this investment, my first night, £1.2 million to stand there and watch a fucking idiot swig from a bottle, then walk back into the dining room and serve that table and be standing staring at him. And I'm not going to go and ask the customers, did they see him? No chance. He's out. Finished. He started crying downstairs and he said, "You're the best chef I've ever worked." I don't give a shit about what he thinks. He's out.
Sometimes crazy put, you know, this one, but really, really good chef.
I'm not accepting for no one.
Was Gordon right to sack you?
50-50. 50-50. That's all. Bye.
Christophe hasn't survived the first night, but despite the setbacks, the restaurant has. Tomorrow, the extraction fan will be fixed and plasters colour coordinated, but the owner's not happy.
I could have opened for lunch and taken £2,000, but no, to make it easier, I closed for fucking lunch to make our life a bit more easier to get in the flow tonight. No, it's not right. It's not right.
I mean, in terms of like bad services that you've had, is this particularly bad one?
Well, it's my fucking first, isn't it? Here, in my own establishment.
Luckily, the dining room remained reasonably cool. There have been no complaints from the customers, and the restaurant is fully booked for the month ahead. 1 o'clock in the morning back home. Ramsay's wife Tana has taped Britain's Most Unbearable Bosses, broadcast to more than 3 million people earlier in the evening on ITV.
In order to see if the stories of his bad temper in the kitchen were true, we sent undercover reporter Miles Wilson, posing as a student, to join his staff. He was also wearing a hidden camera.
When I'm in the shit and I've got like you staring at me, it makes it even fucking worse. Sorry. Do you understand? Yes, cool. If you get to my fucking level, hey, and you got coming in that's about to go to university, hey, get his ass carried, staring at you when you're in the shit, and a bit of fucking integrity, off in the corner.
Shortly after we filled in Aubergine, Gordon Ramsay left to start his own restaurant. Despite his hot temper, many of his staff went with him.
Load of crap. I'm going to get flack. There's going to be 2 or 3 individuals that will, jump on the bandwagon, have their 5-minute glory tomorrow in the newspaper. But I'll take it on the chin. The swearing, fine. I don't think Mum's going to be very proud. It was a bit of an anticlimax after the night we've just had.
Today is the first day of the Bramley apple season, and Gordon Ramsay has agreed to endorse the product by cooking a dish of his own creation before a select coterie of foodie journalists.
Have these delicious, wonderful Bramley's apples. But the big surprise today is what they don't realise is inside the Granny Smith apple. It's not a Bramley. Yeah, I think we've got the editor of Now, Bella, OK Magazine, Woman's Weekly, and some Period magazine as well. And tell me one thing, out of all these food journalists today, how many of them will actually identify that they've got a Granny Smith apple or Bramley's apple? Which one?
Is that a bit naughty though, do you think?
Yeah, well that's not for them to know, is it? Because, we'll remove this little thing here. Look, this is called a label. I've got to be back here by 1 o'clock, and it's got to be the fastest £5,000 in half an hour.
Not a trace of guilt as the chef poses with Bramley's unsuspecting frontman.
Gordon's endorsement is the main thing for Bramley Apple. I mean, he's one of the top young chefs of the day, 2 Michelin stars. I mean, absolutely perfect. And we want to establish Bramley as the apple for cooking, so who better to endorse it than Gordon Ramsay?
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and I really want to fucking be here, and shit. I feel like I'm standing in the middle of Soho with my knickers down. Yeah, I mean, let's face it, I'm strapped. There's no 2 ways about it. I'm strapped for cash. I'm a little bit behind bills, and so when someone's offering that kind of fee to promote an apple, the last time I touched a Bramley apple was probably with Mum's roast pork.
The good thing about it is that it doesn't change its flavour during the cooking process, so you get this lovely sort of appley tang that comes right the way through, which is brilliant. And of course, chefs like Gordon appreciate that. Now, we're extremely fortunate and privileged to have the double Michelin-starred chef Gordon Ramsay with us today, and in a few moments I'll hand over to Gordon.
Unbeknown to the organisers, Ramsay believes that by adding a teaspoon of pureed Bramleys to his Granny Smith's dish, he's still honouring the deal.
Fold that over like so, forming a nice, neat triangle. Flip that over there. Spoon of butter, normal salted butter, and Jesus, didn't realise it's that strong. Now we're on fire. Okay, fire extinguisher. Put that in the bin, I think. That's a bit too hot there, Matt. You've done that on purpose. Oh, the bin's on fire, Matt. This is not pretended. You know, this is actually real. Actually, some water in there to cool that down. That's better. Put that back in there. Dry out the pan and start again. So you can cut and turn back. We're going again. I mean that. Okay, butter into the pan. What a dickhead. Into the non-stick pan, which is not standing upright. Go nice and golden brown on the outside. And we're just going to stack and just glaze and drip that round. And I'm sorry for rushing, but that's the Bramley's apple caramelised in phyllo paste with a wonderful millefeuille of apples served with the alcoholic sorbet. And thank you very much, Steve, for coming. Matt's now going to show you 2 or 3 more how to fold them. Thank you.
£5 richer for just half an hour's work, and he's running back to his restaurant in Chelsea.
What a fucking nightmare.
That must be the easiest money you've ever made.
Yes, it is, yeah. Yes, it is. What a plonker. That guy from Bramley's Apples. Fucking nightmare.
During a typical evening service, Ramsay's mood isn't quite so jovial.
Why don't you say, touch it then? Touch it! And then fucking eat it. You're trying to slice them. The arsehole's got a carving knife, Mark, and he's trying to slice it. 2 seconds, Christoph, yeah? Okay, you can see we're in the fucking shit. Hey, everyone's got 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, nothing grouped together, yeah? Okay? So give me fucking 10 minutes, okay? The smallest a la carte. We've got no prestige ravioli. I've asked you for smallest a la carte. I've said it 4 times. Do you want it fucking faxed?
The restaurant is less than 2 months old, but Ramsay is already averaging a staff sacking a week.
Just put it down there and fuck off, yeah?
Conflict is not just confined to the kitchen. His temper has spilled into the dining room. This time it's an eminent food critic who's been on the receiving end, and it's made national news. At 7 o'clock on a Friday night, Gordon's usually sourcing a lobster ravioli for his discerning diners, but tonight he's minutes away from appearing live on an outside broadcast for the BBC's Watchdog programme.
First, let me set the scene, OK? It was this Monday at Gordon's restaurant in Chelsea, and in walked AAA celebrity Joan Collins, a model called Nicola Formby, and her boyfriend A.A. Gill, food critic of the Sunday Times, who had written the following words about some of Gordon's restaurants. He said the menu was, in some respects, utterly tasteless and embarrassing. He said that his restaurant was, quote, utterly forgettable, and to cap it all off, he compared Gordon to an 11-year-old.
Right, so that's the table, which is table number 3. They came here, it was about 5 to 9, I think. They came together. A. Gill sat A, which is position 1. Next to him was Joan Collins. We served the bread, and while we served the bread, Gordon came out, and that's when he said, okay, say good evening to everybody. Good evening, Adrian. Good evening, Mrs. Collins. Good evening, Dada. Good evening.
Adrian got out of his seat to shake my hand. I said, how are you? I said, I'm fine. I said, obviously extremely busy. Then I looked over at Jo and asked her very politely not to take it personally, and then returned to Adrian. Adrian, would you mind leaving? And he sort of burst out laughing. He said, seriously, Gordon? I said, Adrian, very seriously, would you mind getting out?
And I suppose I just thought how quaint, how quaintly 80s of him. I mean, celebrity restaurateurs, chefs, throwing people out of their restaurants seems to be such an incredibly old-fashioned thing to go. It sort of goes with spun sugar baskets and cappuccino soup.
And why did you do it though? Because they do say if you can't stand the heat, get out of the kitchen. And
Right.
isn't it part and parcel of being in the food business?
Yeah, I mean, we're working extremely hard. We're working 16, 17 hours a day. The reason I've done it is because I don't really want to open my doors to personal criticism any longer, I suppose.
But if he kind of roasts your food, as it were, you're not too bothered with that?
Not at all. I mean, we're there for that kind of criticism every day. I mean, constructive criticism is important, but the personal digs, that's not fair.
Joan Collins, she hadn't done anything wrong. She ended up having to leave your restaurant.
Yeah, that was a great shame. I mean, my mother was not impressed.
It's been a long-running feud and not always played to Queensberry rules. Gills got personal, making a hurtful reference to the chef's former career as a failed footballer at Glasgow Rangers.
I maybe never have been the first ever British chef to get 3 Michelin stars, but I'm going to be the second, but I'll always be the first one that ever kicked out a Gill.
I got back that evening and found that there were 4 messages on my answer machine. The first one was timed 9:40, which must have been 20 minutes after we'd left. And it was from the Daily Mail, and it just said, Mr. Gill, we've had a call from Gordon Ramsay. Would you like to comment? So I mean, he obviously saw it immediately as being a way of getting into the papers.
Ringing the newspapers, and that's not my style, and I don't get off on that kind of thing. And when we have serious celebrities in here, the one reason why they come here is because we respect their privacy. We don't blow the lid off for the sake of getting the paparazzi outside.
Another way to rile Ramsay is to call him a celebrity chef, a tag he robustly denies. It makes today's photo shoot at home with Celebrity Bible OK magazine somewhat puzzling.
A bit earlier than before this. Do you mind if I go sit in the toilet for half an hour, Tommy? Hey, dude! Instant coffee! Hey!
For once, Ramsay's not completely hogging the limelight. The supporting cast goes to wife Tana and 6-month-old baby Megan.
Yeah, there's been a huge difference in the interest in not only sort of Gordon, at work, but home and really everywhere they can do something. I mean, it's fine. Some of it's quite intrusive. They want to know more and more about his sort of personal life, which obviously involves Megan and I, rather than just Gordon at work. And Gordon sort of comes and goes. He comes when they're ready and disappears soon after.
First time in my second time.
I'm not used to it. I don't find it as easy as Gordon. And my sister always laughs and said, I knew you and Gordon would do it one day. So when I told her that we were doing this, she was just laughed at me.
Okay, right. The schedule's changed for tomorrow.
Appearing in OK magazine might be embarrassing for Tana, but Ramsay will be getting a plug for his new restaurant and is already organising a second shoot there tomorrow.
Tomorrow morning they're concentrating on the food. Okay? Can you make sure the dining room's ready for 4 o'clock, please? I don't want to be labelled as a celebrity chef, and I don't have that status. I've never wanted that status. Appearing in OK magazine may not help, and it's a slight contradiction. I don't do it to put myself on par with Gary Rhodes or to start, acting like the next Brian Turner. I think they need that. It's like an intravenous drip for them. John did it.
I think if Gordon doesn't recognise that he's a celebrity, I think he's being slightly disingenuous.
Being a celebrity chef is the worst position for him. He's really bad at it because he can't control his temper.
At the restaurant, the start of another tough week.
I'm a firm believer in starting the first service the week off correctly. Do you understand? For me, like that, as an indication of how the whole week's going to go. Start off like a fucking arsehole. Tonight will be shit. Tomorrow lunch will be shit. And Wednesday you won't be here.
I'm not scared of him. I mean, it worries me a bit when I get bollocking from him, like, as it would anyone. Otherwise, the bollocking wouldn't work. To say I'm scared of him, I'm not scared of him. But he does. It gets to me a little bit, yeah. But I'm not scared of him.
Give me one good reason.
You know, I'm the most difficult chef to work for in Britain.
What else is going, Owen? How can we fuck that up?
I know what's right, and I know what's wrong. I know I have a temper. I know I'm aggressive to work for.
Just stop panicking and concentrate.
But at the end of the day, I know damn well that those guys will go home knowing full well that I'm fair.
When he's yelling, sometimes it seems personal. In 5 or 10 minutes' time, you kind of have to put it aside. I used to dwell on it for the rest of the service, and that was it for me. I was hopeless for the rest of the night. But these days, I just put it aside. Okay, I've made that mistake.
Just stay here and take this fucking train.
I think I have gone too far on 2 or 3 occasions. I can't control that, and in 10 years' time, I'll still feel as passionate about bollocking someone as I would praising them.
The rest is gone, Mario.
But don't always pick up on just the negative side. There's a very kind, understanding, loyal side to my character that you very rarely get to see.
Today there's an important customer at table 7. Guardian food critic Matthew Fort is in for lunch and hoping to survive a little longer than fellow reviewer A.A. Gill.
He is. Yes, I think he is. Yes, he is.
The kitchen's aware there's a critic in the house.
Come on, Simon, on your toes. Well, I mean, all my customers are food critics. I don't feel any different to normal customers. I think the most important thing is to remain at arm's length distance from these guys. Getting close to them is dangerous, and these guys aren't there to get close to. Treat them like a normal customer. That's the most important.
Matthew's dining partner is Jane Lewis, who works in the catering trade herself.
Je pense qu'il prend le canard. Matthew is going to take the duck. Make sure you've got lots of dates in there now. Should we put the monkfish on again, Matt? Went well, didn't it? Yes. Yeah? Oh, very well. Okay, have you explained to Matthew the wine list?
Yes, I give you the wine list on the...
No, of course, no. Normal customer. Just before we send the starters, I want to know.
If you are recognised, then it would be very difficult for them not to make a bit of an extra effort.
He may be a normal customer, but Ramsay's paying particular attention to the date sauce going on Matthew's duck.
Hey, Darren, the idea is bring the sauce up to the boil, then put the date puree in. Not put the date puree in fucking cold. Darren. Where's this one come from? Is you changing again? Bring the sauce up to the boil, then put the date puree in, okay? Unless you're trying to rectify the repertoire again. Remember we spoke about sauces and, hey, yes, look at me when I'm talking to you. Yes, Gordon. Remember what we spoke about? Yes, have you forgotten? Shall I run through it again? No, you haven't forgotten? No, thank fuck for that. Good.
Starters, 1 tartare Saint-Jacques and frog's legs for the critic.
I don't like admitting it, but I am a self-confessed perfectionist. I spend 16, 17 hours a day correcting things, maintaining standards, and having this obsessive character.
Nathan, prime example, quickly please. Just look at the thumbprint on there. Look. Look. Come here, you. Hey, Spick. Come here, you. Just look at the thumbprint on there. Get it back and get it clean. Yes, Nathan, is that it started again for the week? No. Fucking hell. Look, it's so evident. It's such a big dirty print on there. Wait. By the way, come on down. Come on, get out of the fucking way. I don't know what you're bringing sauce back here for, because unless it's a cream sauce, I don't want to see it on here. What are you doing this for? You're not changing again. No, every time you change, you get your ass caned. Olive, do you mind you? Yes. Go. Okay, Christoph, Matthew Fort's coming now, yes? Henry,
Henry, can you shut the fuck up? All I'm hearing is your fog-oiled voice again.
What's that?
Brill.
Oh, brill. Which
Cooked in red wine.
Darren's date sauce is about to be tested.
Dates. Thank you very much indeed. Well,
It's very clever. It's very well presented. And God knows how they do that so it doesn't sink in. But I think it's slightly too strong for the brill, if I'm being really, really critical.
really picky.
Matthew Ford's okay, Christoph? Yeah, he's happy?
Selection of macarons.
Blimey.
There we go. They do
They
inspire
look like sort of multicoloured little turds.
That guy's had perfect food today, perfect service, perfect wine. If I get a shit article in 2 weeks' time, then I look forward to him coming back in here.
Will you let him in?
What do you think?
6 days after he was ejected from the restaurant, A.A. Gill has retaliated. His Sunday Times column describes Ramsay's eatery as hideous and its owner barely house-trained.
The whole reason behind asking him to leave the dining room was just for this particular reason. And lo and behold, a week after he's been thrown out, he's already become personal already. And he's made it quite clear that we're in for another personal attack next Sunday. So there's a huge contradiction here. This was not done on a PR stint. This was one man's opinion, my own opinion, the fact that I don't respect him as a critic any longer. I do not wish him in my dining room for the next 20 years. And this is the reason why.
If you're after a media punch-up, then Ramsay's your man. He rolls up his sleeves and heads for the International Court of Human Rights, or its TV equivalent, This Morning with Richard and Judy.
It's clearly evident to me the fact that this guy is, turning somewhat bitter against me, and he has this thing in his head, this paranoia that chefs have problems with their egos.
An hour before transmission, the celebrity chef is about to get some gentle probing into his psychological makeup by the show's celebrity psychiatrist, Raj Persaud.
One of the reasons why some people can't be assertive is they always want to be liked.
Yes.
And you can't basically want to be liked and be assertive. And you don't mind not being liked.
No, I can live with that.
Yeah.
What, for being a firm boss?
Yes, well, being a firm boss is all about taking the risk of not being liked.
Absolutely.
Have you always not minded not being liked? Because
but I mean, it's something I don't really pay much attention to, really. I mean, I'm running a kitchen.
The only slight concern, but nobody ever does it on TV, we know you're fond of right language.
Oh, swearing. Yeah, we're not in service, are we?
No.
No, that only takes place between 12 o'clock and 3. Raj should know that.
Yeah.
And 7 o'clock and 11. But in the morning, certainly not.
That's great.
Especially if my mother's watching.
Yeah, and don't lie to them.
Definitely not.
Great, we'll see you.
Okay, great.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
No, I'm fine. Yes, I'll just read the paper.
He's been had his reputation for swearing.
Do you like
confrontation?
Yeah.
I love it. Can't you tell?
Was it a kind of straw that broke the camel's back syndrome, or have you hated him for ages?
Yeah, about 5 years now.
To be frank.
No, I mean, we've never really got on from day one, really.
He said in his account of it in the paper on Sunday that he just couldn't understand it, that he wasn't rude, he didn't expect it to happen, and he thought that you were being petty. What's he said about you on a personal
Well, I mean, we all know that, the fact that, I didn't make it at Rangers and we're labelled as a failed footballer in his eyes, and an attitude of an 11-year-old boy.
You had warned him not to come, I think,
previously,
many months ago.
3 months ago, I was having dinner with my wife at the Ivy. A very polite word in his ear one Sunday evening whilst leaving.
Stay out of town, big boy.
Along those lines.
Okie doke. Gordon, what's the name of your restaurant?
Gordon Ramsay.
Gordon Ramsay. Easy to remember.
Easy to remember.
Oh, come on, please. The amount of money you get paid around.
See ya. Take care. Thank you.
Right. Lovely. You're fantastic.
What do you think of Richard and Judy?
Yeah, fine. They're sweet. No, they have a good programme and they have a huge audience. And they were telling me at the end there that they got slated by AA himself, really, about the programme, about how pathetic it was.
I mean, again, it's just another light-hearted chat, but I mean, that's the end now. No more.
Put it to bed.
Put it to bed. Get back in the kitchen where you belong, my dear boy.
It's been 3 weeks since The Guardian visited Gordon's restaurant. His professed indifference seems to have evaporated. He's come out with fellow chef Marcus at 1 a.m. to pick up a first edition from Leicester Square.
I'm terrible. I finish here on a Friday night at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. I'll pick up the papers, so I'll see it, you know, hot off the print. Matthew 4, risk life and limb? What? About a chef, Gordon Ramsay, who's proving difficult to keep out of the news. What? The ingredients, the cooking is precise, the sourcing has powerful finesse, everything is finished to a polished degree. But there were a few slight technical errors. The batter on the frog's legs, for example, was just beginning to go soggy, and the sauce was superbly cooked. Grill intensity overpowered the individual dish. It's poached in red wine, the fucking idiot. Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad article. It's not going to affect business, put it that way. And I think it's about the second from least sort of selling newspaper on a Saturday morning, to be honest. But I mean, it's fine, but it's not.
I mean, he seems to be a classic bully. Is that somebody who will overreact to people beneath him and then feel terribly aggrieved if somebody he doesn't have innate power over criticises him.
Hello, Marco. Very well, how are you? Canapé au bar, s'il vous plaît, là? Yeah. Sorry? Did you see Spectator today? Oh, nice slating from Joan. Joan fucking Collins. She mentioned the dreadful, dreary pokey hole, and she slated the apology letter. I didn't fucking write one.
Two of the biggest names in cooking spend a Saturday fishing together. Marco Pierre White is in pole position on the weir. His friend Gordon Ramsay is some way behind.
That was a good start, was it? I've only been here 2 minutes, I've caught something already. My thumb.
Competition between them is fierce, and not just for fish. Marco is the only British chef with 3 Michelin stars, the trade's ultimate accolade. Ramsay has 2 and is snapping at his heels. Gordon's first taste of Michelin-starred cuisine came as an apprentice in Marco's kitchen. Today, at 32, winning 3 stars has become an obsession for Ramsay. And to get the edge, he wants to be the youngest chef to hold the award.
That's only been 4.5 minutes.
Get with the net, Gordon.
Yep.
Don't bother extending it, it doesn't need it.
He's a nice one. About £10, no?
I caught that one last week with you.
Gordon is one of the most competitive people I've ever met in my life. Whatever he does must be a competition. Gordon wants to catch more fish than Marco. Gordon wants to catch a bigger fish than Marco, and vice versa.
How you doing, big boy?
I think my bait's dead.
Hey?
I think my bait's dead.
It's all right. Just don't leave it. Let it work. Let it work itself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm going too far out.
Just keep close in.
Even today, Gordon still has to accept the role of apprentice.
I've been here 8 minutes and 2-0 down. To keep that competitive edge, I think is important. Yeah, I was very touched that Marco got to the very top and won 3 Michelin stars. But now I'm running a very close race and I'm tucked in behind him, and I'd really like to get to the top, to the very top.
Give me your bait, and get the net.
Look at me!
I feel like a f***ing net boy.
You're bad,
Shit, 3-0. Shit, right in my arse. My feet are soaking.
A situation one of Gordon's junior chefs might enjoy. The boss 3-0 down, wet feet, and now no rod.
What a dickhead.
Game, set and match to Marco.
Shit.
Having fun, got money, fun.
It's Ramsay's dream of 3 Michelin stars that drove him to set up his own restaurant. And the guide's inspectors are starting to take note.
Last night I had a Michelin inspection from the #1 inspector from France and the one and only Mr. Bulmer, the #1 in Britain.
So what does it tend to indicate?
Well, it looks like we're maintaining our 2 stars. I mean, I don't really want to speculate any more than that, but I mean...
Or could it be 3? As is customary, the Michelin visit was unannounced.
Yeah, we'll have 2 more inspections, but we may not even know. They could be in for lunch today. They could be in for dinner tonight. We'll never know.
Ramsay realises he could now be in line for his 3rd star, but getting there takes innovation and experiment. In the early hours, when the rest of his staff have gone home, Gordon's kitchen becomes his laboratory. Tonight he sets about creating a dish with a difference. John Dorian roasted scallops, but with a hint of curry powder.
So where do you get the ideas for new dishes from?
Eating out. Off to France, off to Italy. You know, it's important to read, look through menus, quite inspirational. Sometimes when I'm on my own, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, it's concentration and bang, something will come, something will click, and you'll go to bed with that thought. You'll wake up the next day and you'll start asking Mark to order this, order that, and you want to put this thing together. But the golden rule in this game is not to copy. You can't just copy and replicate. That's boring. A lot of chefs do it in this country. It pisses me off in a big way because there's none of themselves on that dish, and they are insecure chefs and chefs that don't really believe in their own palate and follow their own feel. But they're cooked now. They've been in there for about 1.5 minutes. The scallops are nice and sweet, succulent in the centre, and the John Dory is beautifully caramelised on the outside. Just leave them to rest. I suppose for me, the most important part has been dangerous. Taking that step further and continue to evolve, not sitting back on laurels and taking things for granted, because I have a very loyal customer base here, which they come and eat sometimes 2 or 3 times a week, and they don't want to see the same food that was on there 5 years ago. It's still developing, it's still working. We try to use a lunch menu as our guinea pig, but even that's difficult because we're £25 for 3 courses, so I can't start sticking pigeon, duck, foie gras on the lunch menu, otherwise I'm going to go bust.
It's quite risky changing what is already a winning formula.
Well, it's a winning formula, but it's boring, isn't it? Because you see the same dish day in, day out, and a bit too much there, I don't want to overdo that. And people's awareness are becoming a lot more fussy. Customers' demands are becoming a lot more harder than they ever were before. They want to know in great detail what's gone into that. They want to know exactly how that's cooked. They want to know how much fat is in that. And I have a very light style of cooking which revolves around a very little cream and very little butter, which is a very healthy way of eating. I like to think sometimes customers come here to eat, take 3 courses without having to feel, like some porker that can't move for 3 days after.
So, I mean, in a sense, are you trying to brand the new restaurant with the menu?
Well, I just want to put my hallmark on it, really. I've left the aubergine, and now we've moved on to a different level, and I want to evolve the cooking, take it a step higher, make my customers happy, and, keep on turning the mind in the cooks over and over, so they become stimulated by what they're doing, so they feel excited, motivated, something new, something they can write about. So this is the John Dory with roasted scallops, the marinated vegetables, garnished with white beans, and finished with a very, very light vinaigrette.
Make it! Now that the inspections have started, Ramsay's on red alert for another Michelin visit. A booking for 2 with a French contact number has aroused suspicion.
Very important phone call from France, and when they made that phone call, they gave their contact telephone number, the head office of Michelin in France. So You don't have to be intelligent to realise that. It's an inspector, it's calling. This whole inspection, don't forget, has to be through incognito. We're not supposed to know these guys are coming, but you know, I've sniffed them out, and I think, and I'm 99% sure they're coming tonight. So, yeah, it's all down to us, really. Yeah, what is the importance? There's a great importance, and it's what we wake up in the morning for. It's what we get out of bed at 6:30 in the morning. It's what we go to bed at 2 o'clock in the morning for. Tom, did you lay at the table for Michelin? Did you lay at the table for Michelin? There was a big hole in the tablecloth. When there's one guy that sits in your dining room and it happens to be the Michelin, then Christ, you know about it in a big way. And that's why I'm so, you know, a little dubious, the fact that, you know, we've been looked at it now, and it's scared me to think that we're under that kind of scrutinisation.
2 stars is a chef's award. It's a cook's award. You get 2 stars for cooking. You get 3 stars for being a cook stroke restaurateur. And now that's what Gordon's turning into. He inspects his cheese board. He takes an interest in the wine cellar. He looks at the flowers. He inspects the waiters. 3 stars is all about the package. When they walk into Gordon Ramsay's restaurant, even though they may not see him, they should be able to smell him.
Très bien, là, le petit carnet avec sa marche débarrassée, les petites croix, les tables.
This inspection means so much to Ramsay that for the first time he's banned the film crew from the kitchen and allowed only fixed cameras. To maintain the inspector's anonymity, Ramsay has also ruled the dining room out of bounds. Such is Michelin's influence in the trade, it's reported that one French chef committed suicide after losing a star.
Okay, it's not Leonardo, it's him, the president, yeah? Okay, with a lady, so, yeah. Now it's time to go, yeah?
Ramsay's hunch was right, but it's not just a couple of ordinary inspectors at table 6. From a previous visit, Gordon's French waiters have recognised one of the guests as Michelin's president from Paris.
Yeah. Are we supposed to recognise it? We're not supposed to know who he is.
So, well, we can do a bit of both. We've got to be careful at table 5 and make sure everyone gets served the same.
Ou la soupe, le cappuccino. Il savait pas.
No, good. OK. On servait 2 cappuccinos muscal.
Voilà. Je l'ai pas dit, mais...
D'accord. Ensuite, 2 pieds de cochon.
The inspectors are getting 2 extra appetizers, but Gordon's covering all bases. The tables next to them are getting the same treatment.
OK, watch this table, yes. The president of Michelin, Smash Soup, away table 6. 2 cappuccino, we'll receive 2 small pig trotter. Starters, 1 ravioli, 1 pandade de morue. Main course, 1 palantin, 1 pigeon. Don't roast, yeah? Cook 2? Yeah, OK. Thin ones, roast, yeah?
Gordon can't resist phoning Marco Pierre White to gloat.
No, it isn't. It is definitely him. Jean-Claude, Christophe, Thierry, they all recognise him. It's definitely him. Huh? Well, it's not over yet. I'm going to send the muscal, okay, and I'll give you a call back. Huh? Oh, knows. I'm going to have to go now. Come on, polish the plates. Polish the f***ing plates. Don't worry about that.
13 raviolis a la carte left.
Yeah, don't do that, it's on the past, don't worry. Backs.
With so much to play for, Gordon's personally overseeing everything that goes to the inspector's table.
Rusty, come here, look. Mate, the beautiful pig's trial, there's hair everywhere. So, look, on the pig's trial, Rusty, there's a lot of hair everywhere. Huh? Do you make a beautiful pig's trial? There's hair. They've got to be shringed, that's why... Do you know what I mean? Huh? That's why we take them off, isn't it?
Yes.
Service?
Madame roasted colors for you. Beignet frôlé populaire.
1 minute from now, concentrate you. We're just kind of up for everybody here. 1 minute from now, 2 raviolis in. You know what this is for?
Yes, good.
So wake up. What's that there? What's that for?
Just getting the stuff through there.
I don't give a about that, dickhead.
Yes, good.
Concentrate on keeping your job. Wait. Max, touch the shovel, please. Mark, sauce the ravioli, please. Don't let that sauce it, Mark. Please, yeah. Mark. That's how we get Mark. We come this far, Mark.
Yeah, and that will ram it in our ring piece, yeah? I'm sorry.
The starters are about to go to table 6, where the Michelin inspectors sit in judgment. Anxious about progress, Ramsay demands constant updates from his front-of-house staff.
Do you think he knows you know he's a Michelin?
I don't know, but I try not to go to always because after.
Four ravioli. Muscal grand table 10. Okay, good. What are they speaking? What are they speaking together?
English.
Really? And did you recognise Muscal table 10 is 2 trees? Did you recognise him from last time?
Oh yeah.
Did he recognise you? No, imagine how many times he's got to eat out. Does he look happy or is he miserable?
It's important not to put the staff on edge because that will have a feel in the dining room. The rest of the staff will be on edge. They'll be slightly nervous. They'll be waiting for a mistake to happen. So you've got to control it and make your staff feel relaxed and composed on dealing with such a big occasion.
One balancing, one pitching. Hey guys, you know what this is for, yeah? This place is disgusting. Come on, you. Let's go, you. Donkey. Right. Darren, have you got any fucking initiative, yeah? Henry, have you? Clean the fucking place, you dirty bastard. Table 12, les gars. Oh, come on, donkey. Who's that? Get a grip, you, huh?
Yes, good.
Yeah, are you in a daze, you?
Yes,
are you in a daze?
No, good.
Fucking dreamer. Darren,
Where you going?
you know, the most experienced person on the pass, hey, and you still stand there like a you know. Who do you actually, I mean, how good do you actually think you are? Bottom line. Well, how good do you actually think you are? Bottom line, seriously. Do you think you're shit hot?
No, go on.
The VIP's main courses are about to be dressed. Ballotine de poulet bresse and pigeon with choux farci.
Where kitchen is concerned, the ultimate is 3 Michelin stars. Becoming static as a 2-star and not winning it for 5-6 years would destroy me, I suppose, because I'm bursting with energy.
Hard lays those truffles. There's no. Don't see my spoon anyway, guys.
I suppose we would be the youngest at the age of 32 in Europe. Yeah, I mean, I suppose that would be history in the making.
Go over the pigeon, Mark, just to heat it up again, please. And a nice, generous with the stock, Mark, yeah? Yeah, served in the soup, yeah? Other way. Thanks. Service.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mark. Good. Very good. Go, on the left. Go. Quickly go. Doucement. Fucking right, Rusty. Wrap them in cling film. Just keep them there. I don't even want to look at it, you know that. Ooh, fuck me. Bit too much for me, that. Fuck. It's not every time we get the president of fucking France in, you know that.
I'm a little bit further down the road to Gordon. I've won my 3 Michelin stars. Gordon's knocking on the door to win 3. When Gordon wins his 3 stars in the Michelin, then that will be a major changing point within his life. To win 3 stars, you have to play an attacking game. To retain 3 stars, you play a defending game.
On, Dave.
The Michelin's dishes have been dispatched safely, but there's a delay on the vegetables for some other diners. Having simmered in tension all evening, Gordon Ramsay finally explodes.
What is going on here, you? What is going on? One ravioli, one fucking foie gras. Hey, you. Arsehole, you lost it again. You lost it again. What's your big deal? Why don't you off home then? Go on, off home then. Hey, arsehole. Why don't you off home then? Why don't you off home? Why are you up? Have you lost it? Oh, wake up, dickhead.
Yes, good.
What's the big deal? One ravioli, one soaked in foie gras. Do you want to go home and cry to mummy again? No. Like a big wuss?
No, Gordon.
Guy puts himself in the shit the kitchen, stands there bubbling like a baby.
Sorry, Gordon.
You got any bite back as a guy? You got any bollocks, you?
Yes, Gordon.
Have you As far as I'm concerned, they're your arsehole.
Macaroon, Simon.
What's he doing, Mark? 4 fucking bass, 1 study foie gras, 1 ravioli, and he hadn't even got the fucking endive on. What's going on in your mind, you? What's going on in your mind? What is it then? Can't keep up? Tell me then. Your mind back in the f***ing beach again, is it?
No, go on.
Unbelievable. Wake up. Or next time, don't even set the alarm clock. Stay in your f***ing piss.
Where you going?
Do you mind stop knocking me like a fucking punch bag? Do you understand? Because I'm going to lash out. Do you understand?
Ramsay's attempt at relaxing the staff isn't working. Henry, Owen's partner on the garnish, has overcooked the artichokes and held up another table.
And you see, yeah, come on the pass a minute. On the pass. You send me 6 fucking main courses like that again, and I'll grab you by the fucking scruff of the neck and I'll throw you on the street. Do you understand?
Yes, go on.
Because you're not just fucking up a table of 2 there. We're sending 6 main courses, you.
Yes, go on.
So I had all the lamb back and all the fucking pigeon back for you. Why? Can you cook an artichoke?
Yes, go on.
Yeah? Can you cook an artichoke? How old are you?
24, go on.
24. And you can't cook an artichoke? You can cook it?
Yes, go on.
Like what? Like a because this is a fucking laughing stock. This is a dream. This is a piss take. Get with it, dickhead.
When Gordon worked for me, he realised that the standards were the most important. And Gordon has adopted that. And in his kitchen, if you see, as you must have done many times, stood in his kitchen and watched him conduct a service, he doesn't let anything go which doesn't meet the standard which is required. Gordon has a duty to his clients to deliver a standard. People walk through those doors wanting dreams to come true, and that's what it's all about.
Come on, Nate, please. Backs.
The inspector's desserts get Ramsay's personal seal of approval.
Go. Ouvre la porte là. Ouvre la porte là. Christophe, s'il vous plaît. Just you. Come here a minute. Come here, and you as well. Hey, come here. I've just filled out. I've just filled out a form to get these salaries, these bank and the salary. Do you know what I've put this one down as? This guy's a chef de partie. Yeah. Do you know what he is? He's a chef de partie as well. You are from now on a commie, and you are a fucking commie. Don't like that. Give me a notice and fuck off. Commie. No, fuck off. Yeah, and young man, you can't stand the salary, not enough money. Do you know what you can do? Write your f***ing notice and right off with pleasure. When I turn on some I wash my f***ing hands clean. Okay, commie? Feel happy now? Less stressed? A little cry?
No, go on.
Chef de partie? Mark. Chef de partie? Chef de partie. Do you want the paper? I don't give a fuck if you go, you know that? I'll never miss dickheads. You know that? Never, ever, ever, ever. I suppose that was probably the toughest ever dinner I've possibly cooked, I suppose. That was supposed to be the president of the Michelin Guide, and fine, it's very clever they use false names, and that's what we like about them, because they're completely incognito, but Jean-Claude recognised them from 2 years ago, which was important. The whole 47 covers tonight was the total dream. Everything went to perfection. Owen fucked up the artichokes and overcooked them. So we threw them in the bin and threatened him to kick him out if he'd done that again. And you know, it all filtered through my hands. It was perfect. Great timing. That was the important part. Everything was well staggered. 7 o'clock tables, 8 o'clock tables, and they're all beautifully timed. 15 covers an hour. Brilliant. Tonight went well. Tonight went very well.
So you've done all you can do.
Oh, I can't do any more now. We've hit maximum. We pushed the boat out. We got looked after like everybody else this evening, and it was nice to see him back here again, first time. And obviously, last time I cooked for him was 2.5 years ago, when he confirmed that I won my second Michelin star. So, you know, this guy's serious. And if there's one that seriously puts you on your tiptoes, it's him.
The drama and tension behind him, Ramsay now has an agonising 3-month wait before the new Michelin Guide is published, and the prospect of realising a lifelong dream.
They put me to the test in a big way, and let's wait and see in 3 months' time.
So Jacques, tu dames normal, yes? Hey, slow to you. Hello! Slow down, you.
In his kitchen, Gordon Ramsay knows only one way to run the show.
What are you doing, Darren? Darren, what are you doing, please? Don't fucking start. Okay, Darren? What are you doing? Why don't you send the raviolis first? Why didn't you send the raviolis first? Darren, food was on the pass, you disappeared again. Why? Sorry? You thought we had 10 seconds? Yeah? I didn't think so, you know that?
The notion of self-restraint isn't something that comes easily to Gordon.
Service devant les plateaux.
But he's been hired to run a banquet on the eve of the World Cup final, and he'll have to be on his best behaviour. He's wanted for his culinary prowess, rather than his take-no-prisoners management style.
What were we discussing lunchtime? What were we talking about lunchtime? What were we discussing? Automatically standing in front of the tray without being fucking told every goddamn day.
Today, Gordon is on his way to Paris to finalise plans for the banquet he's being paid £25,000 to oversee.
I suppose one of the most exciting dinners I've ever actually cooked for in my entire life is on the eve of the World Cup final. It's going to be for about 1,000, between 800 and 1,000 people. It's going to be taking place at Versailles, the Palais de Versailles. Thinking about it now, 3.5, 4 weeks before the dinner, I'm now starting to get nervous because we've been working on it for the last 6 months. I've been to Paris on 5 or 6 occasions, and it's got to be right. It's £1,000 a head. It's a big dinner. MasterCard are the sponsors. They're paying for everything, and it's going to be hard. It's going to be very hard.
The historic Palace of Versailles. Ramsay has arrived for a site inspection with the banquet's PR man, Richard Waddington.
Bloody hell.
What a door.
Wow. Those doors go back a few years.
Yeah, imagine. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Orangery at Versailles.
It's lovely.
Staggering, isn't it?
It is absolutely stunning. All these lights work on the side, do they?
Yes, they all do.
Yeah,
fantastic. But on the evening, we'll have uplighting. We're going to bring a load of the trees in from outside.
Ready?
So the whole thing is that the whole of this room becomes like an enchanted garden. So as you can see, you have no kitchen.
No, everything has to be brought out.
So the great thing here is that, this is the kitchen, and all of this comes out, the tractor as well, and, factory kitchens brought in, built on site,
ovens,
the whole thing.
And the most surprising thing, of course, there's no gas.
No, absolutely
no,
no
allowed
gas.
to use it.
Why?
Just
health and safety and fire.
yeah.
We wouldn't want to burn Versailles down. It's been here a few years.
No, but I mean...
No fire, nothing to do with fire is allowed.
Really, so, we're all on electric convection ovens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hot cars.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. You get one hit at this, get it right, and we're heroes. Get it wrong, and we're out of a job.
No, I'm through the back door. I found my underground tunnel.
I wanted someone young, enthusiastic, and passionate, and like myself, Ramsay melts the pot, shall we say? Gordon is that sort of person.
But on this trip to Paris, Ramsay has an ulterior motive. The World Cup banquet may be 3 weeks away, but today's the opening game. Gordon has come to see his native Scotland face the boys from Brazil. The match is a poignant reminder of Ramsay's past. At the age of 19, he was a promising defender on the brink of signing with Glasgow Rangers. But his boyhood dreams were crushed when the manager decided he just wasn't good enough.
So I started preparing myself to think, you know, what I'm going to tell my mates. They think I'm here because I'm signing a professional contract. 19 years of age, very fast, naturally left-footed, and you know, Rangers is my career. Oh. I didn't cry, certainly not in front of anyone. Then I gave up. I didn't play football for 2 years.
Collins! If he couldn't make it to the top at football, then it had to be the Premier League of cooking. He became an apprentice player under Marco Pierre White.
Then I found myself in a situation where it was all or nothing. Shit, this is a great job. Brilliant chef to work for. If you're going to do this, do it properly and get to the very top. And I suppose that's what really gave me the kick up the arse.
And the Stade de France finishes. The world champions, Brazil 2, Scotland 1.
This may compensate my feelings had I made it as a footballer. The fact I could be representing Scotland. I'm now representing Great Britain as the only chef cooking a serious dinner on the eve of the World Cup final. And the way it's going, it looks like Scotland will be returning way before the dinner.
Seven, come on, Owen.
Yes.
Let's not fuck around here, Owen. Yeah. Rouge in the pan.
Back in London, Gordon is fine-tuning the dishes he's devised for the banquet's 5-course menu. Today it's the main course, cannon of spring lamb. But as the banquet approaches, so do the jitters.
This banquet's costing £1,000 a head. You know, how many of those people will really want to see it done properly? I think personally 90% of them. It's getting closer by the day. As not a day goes by now that I don't think about that particular night, and you know, it's getting more worrying. One thing I'm worried about is the temperature of the lamb, getting that lamb beautifully sealed, capturing those juices inside, having the lamb served pink. I've never cooked on electric stoves. In fact, I have. I cooked on once, electric stoves on a boat, and that was a nightmare. And my dream, of course, was to get it looking like this. I very much doubt it, and I'm sure there's going to be a few casualties along the way, but at the end of the day, as long as Richard Waddington stays out of the kitchen, we'll be fine. Okay, slicing the lamb. One thing that's pissed me off about Versailles is the fact that we're actually serving this whole, but here we're going to slice it nice and thin. Placed on top of the spinach, keeping the lamb focused into the centre of the plate, like so. As you can see, the lamb is nice and pink, so nicely glazed over the lamb. And then our final garnish, we'll position our courgette flowers, like so. And on the night, if it's as good as that, then I'm going to be a happy boy.
It's not just the food troubling Ramsay. It's also the prospect of a battalion of unfamiliar chefs and an army of discerning diners. It all induces a rare but fleeting moment of self-doubt.
What control can one individual have? They can have an influence, but you know, how the hell can I control 650 covers through my hands? I've learned that's impossible. I've found that hard to accept. But I can't give up. I'll control it as much as I can, within my grasp. But you know, at the end of the day, it's my show, my dinner. I'll dictate, and they've got to follow.
7 a.m. at Ramsay's home in South London.
Thank you. Thank you, darling.
Gordon's enlisted 2 of his staff as backup for the banquet. His maitre d', Jean-Claude, has arrived, but there's no sign of his head chef, Marcus.
Train's at 7:54. Yeah, so we have to be at 7:30.
Oh, sweetie. She looks just like her father.
Yeah, Jean-Claude's here. Everybody's here waiting for you, Marcus.
Ramsay and Jean-Claude decide to go on ahead.
What is that? What do we do? Do we stay here and miss the train, or is it away?
They're 10 minutes away from missing their train, and there's still no sign of Marcus.
Tiens, il est là, regarde.
He's got his eyes stuck together. They look like Smarties.
At last the team's complete, but it seems they're destined not to leave London.
We've been standing outside for the last 4 minutes waiting, trying to get through.
The 754 to Paris is now departing.
It's because we're late.
No, sure, I mean...
That's what I was trying to get to your attention.
Yeah,
Say,
I know,
mind, because it's not we're late, it's the fact that the machine is broken.
That's fine, but things that people quality is so
I appreciate that. I'm not going to miss Jake with the fair mind.
No, if you come back with me now, we're going to go to the...
Oh, mamma mia.
The comedy of errors doesn't bode well for the banquet. The eve of the World Cup final, the big day has arrived.
Yeah, if you can show them how we want them placed on the plates, yeah?
Oui, mais comme d'abord, on va tous les rectifier parce qu'il y a un petit truc à faire. Je vais demander à Olivier qu'il aille me chercher sa bonbon. Allez, faites...
The hardest dish is, of course, the first two. The foie gras and the sea bass. The lamb is going to be a lot easier because it's plated, it's on a silver flat.
Okay.
So the most difficult and the most time we need is for the first two courses.
À 16h alors.
We don't want to. I have concerns. I mean, yeah, we have 650 people sitting down for dinner, being catered from two kitchens, which are two sides of a central courtyard, that can't see each other, and the only way of communicating is through a radio. I mean, it's one hell of a challenge. Rain. We really do not want it to rain. If it rains tonight, it's, you know, it'll put the dampers on everything.
Got lucky trousers on, black trousers. Good luck trousers. Very rare I wear black trousers. I normally wear sort of blue and white check, but these are lucky trousers. Why? I met my girlfriend. I met my wife in these trousers, and I knew the minute I met her. I was on my bike and I took her out for the day, so I called them my lucky trousers. A bit weird, but.
Just 4 hours to go before the 650 guests arrive for an enchanted evening at the Palace of Versailles.
Why don't they wear blue aprons in France?
Because we don't like colours.
We don't like blue.
We don't like blue.
Huh?
We don't like blue.
Oh, fuck.
In the kitchen, entente is less than cordial between Gordon and Roy James, head chef of the Parisian outside caterers.
This is what we suggested and this is what we spoke
Fine.
about.
Yeah, but Roy, we're not backstage. I don't like coming back here and you in the kitchen trying to fuck us because we're going to talk to Jack.
Nobody's fucking anybody.
No, okay,
We've got to get it right because one person's doing one thing and another person's doing another thing.
No, Roy, you're
Let's
running
do it
behind
now.
each other.
Let's go to the street. Well, we talked about it before and we talked about it
Yeah, but
just
Roy,
before.
there's no need to act like a fucking woman over.
No.
I'm going to stay together. No. He's only checking. You're telling me I'm going over there changing it. He's fucking checking to make sure we know what we're doing. That's all.
Right, before we
But if he's got a concern, he's got to speak his fucking concern. He can't just keep it bottled up inside.
No, it's all right, it's all right.
Roy's panicking. Like a wet fart, running along Blackpool Promenade. What's the point in getting excited about it now? Yeah? Let's wait till the curtains go up in service, when it's necessary. Not now.
Messieurs, là, please, on fait très gaffe avec les saisonniers.
The final touches are being made to the banquet's first course, but somebody's over-seasoned the foie gras. Ramsay's just about controlling his temper.
Déjà, on season les foie gras. Bien, pardon.
It's going to be too fucking salty.
The guests have arrived at the palace and they're expecting a night of gastronomic splendour.
If you wish to, over.
Marcus has been briefed to keep a tight rein on the French chefs. It might help if he spoke the language.
The tension's a bit, it's getting a bit high at the moment. He seems to be running around, he's very confused and seems to be sort of panicking quite a lot. It's difficult to control, very, very difficult to control.
Outside, the weather is also taking a turn for the worse. Drinks on the terrace are hastily abandoned.
Okay, what time you want the plates?
Sorry?
What time do you want the plates?
I don't know, I'll tie up with...
I want to know what time you want to take the plate.
Yeah.
Okay.
You will then, the end of your speech, you will say, and now I introduce spring.
With the guests inside, dinner needs to be served a little earlier, but no one seems to know quite when.
I will announce dinner at 8 over, which will take 10 minutes, 15 minutes to sit down, and then we go straight to the speeches.
Don't fucking work. These fucking walkie-talkies. I mean, you know, it's like something out of fucking Glastonbury Festival, Top of the Pops. I mean, it's embarrassing.
With all the microphones automatic, I feel like Mike Jigger the Jagger.
In the meanwhile, we are privileged to have 2 former world champions with us here tonight. Philly?
He was stressing on the timing. It's going to be 15 minutes.
Yeah, I know. Well, he said that 10 minutes ago.
And on top of that, they said that it's going to be pushed a little bit more advanced than late. All right.
And Sir Bobby Charlton.
Cinq, voilà. Bien.
Arrêtez là. Arrêtez. Patrick Didlot, il attend et il bloque les maîtres d'hôtel à l'entrée du S.
Jean-Claude Richard over. I am here with the chef Gordron.
This is the cause of the delay. The food can't be served until announced by these performers, and they're not nearly green enough yet. It's a French thing.
This is the best part of the day. This section.
Service maintenant. De quel poste? Les assiettes dans 3 minutes à sortir. On termine la sauce. Le parmesan à l'intérieur. Le sel sur le basilic. Allez.
Allez, comment passer les assiettes?
I don't know, it's just taking a little bit too long than it should.
Finally transformed, the insect lady appears. But the foie gras has been held up for 15 minutes. Waiting for the performing insects has had a knock-on effect on the second course. The sea bass has been in the oven too long.
Avance. Non, monsieur, tu dégages. Is le prochain. Tu passes au prochain, monsieur, j'ai dit.
Vas-y là.
On va avoir un végétarien, s'il te plaît.
une deuxième fois les basilic au-dessus, là. Les selles, là. What a fucking nightmare. I told them to hold back on the sea bass. The sea bass went in and consequently is overcooked, so fuck me. You can see why I'm not a fucking banqueting chef and I want to get back to my 14-table dining room on the 8:30 train tomorrow morning.
Standards are everything to Gordon, and tonight he's fallen short.
Do you know what the delay was? What? It was the cockroaches. They all went out late, so they waited for them. And they waited and waited. That was why it was all late. These things weren't ready.
So we fucked everything because of the cockroach?
Yeah.
Sea bass was brown. Brown.
Nothing you can do.
Brown, brown. Crispy skin?
No.
While the lamb is in better shape, it doesn't look nearly as appetizing as the dish prepared by Gordon back in London.
Allô? Allô? Pardon, allô? Vas-y là. 10, c'est ça, 10. Ça vient. Doucement. Doucement. Les sorciers en face là, pour le jus là. Non, non, c'est bon, c'est tout ce qu'on a là. Voilà, encore un tour. Deux tomates et aubergine.
You would shock 99.9% of the people here tonight if you told them that it was cooked by an English chef. They assume that it's French, which it's a real plus.
That was appalling. That was appalling. Someone offered me 50 grand for the next dinner, I still wouldn't do it. I think to how many times they give Darren a bollocking because he can't even cut the sea bass straight. And he cooks it to perfection, but he can't even cut it straight. And here we sent out 357, 300 Marcus's kitchen, all overcooked, because we're waiting for a goddamn cockroach to get dressed before he ran into the dining room. What's the most important? For me, sod the cockroaches, stick them out in the garden and serve the food first.
The chef should be very happy. He has nothing to be ashamed of. He's truly covered himself in glory this evening.
Produce were perfect. Lamb wasn't too bad, but the sea bass was embarrassing. All I can say is thank God I haven't got the Michelin guy sat in here on a table of 10 inspecting me for my 3rd Michelin star. Otherwise I'd get my ass kicked.
The grand finale to the evening is a firework display, which comes to a rather premature end.
Is that it? 50 grand?
Someone's being ripped off, huh?
Someone's using the wrong card.
As you've probably seen there, we've just had a major disappointment with the fireworks. I'm not sure exactly what's happened, but we had a technical glitch. With our French agency is telling me that the security people pulled it off because the wind was too high, and they were scared of Versailles.
You like this shit. You like... You bastard!
So, I'm sorry, but I'm pretty disappointed, pretty pissed off with the fireworks.
Richard, c'est pas mal pour 50k. Richard!
I've never served 357 covers as quick as that in my entire life. Factory orientated and a big eye-opener. I mean, we've learned a hell of a lot from it. Never to do the fucking thing again. Sod the money. Think about your standards.
I just had a big splash in the back there.
Yeah.
It sounds like Richard Waddington just jumped into the pond.
but to do
Still looking for that firework, man.
March this year, Gordon's landed himself in hot water. Again. This time it's Bramley apple growers he's upset. 3 weeks ago on this series, Gordon was paid by Bramleys to do a cookery demonstration, but his dish consisted almost entirely of Granny Smiths. To make matters worse, he insulted the chairman of the Bramleys campaign group.
Sorry, you're BBC Radio Kent. Right. Heart of the apple country.
The Bramleys campaigners want a public apology and their money back, but Gordon's cowering in the cellar, fending off the media.
Making a nuisance of yourself in Royal Hospital Road in the heart of Chelsea, standing there with manure and cow shit all over your feet, doesn't really help my situation, does it? So, I mean, I've been provoked here again, haven't I? I mean, do you not think this is slightly petty? Do you not think we've got more important things to do in life?
Bramley! 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 Bramley!
I got my mother-in-law upstairs for lunch. She sat next to the window. I pulled the blinds down and they started banging on the window. They want me out there. I can't go out there, can I? They're supposed to be hard, these people, aren't they?
Ramsay! 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 Ramsay!
I didn't realise it would get to this extent. I didn't mean to upset them. I mean, it was a tongue-in-cheek gesture, which seems to...
Backfired?
Well, I wouldn't say backfired. I sort of landed me in a little bit of sort of boiling water.
Hello. Morning. We're in the chapel, sir.
What's the demonstration about?
Bramley.
Blimey, it's the armed unit. Watch out, ladies.
And the neighbours complain.
Yes.
Are they?
Neighbours complain, that's why we're here.
I mean, he's going to get publicity today from all this. If he gets into the papers, his restaurant is going to be good for him in the end, won't it? It's come out of something he did that was wrong.
So Gordon can't lose really either way.
Can't see how he can you?
Any regrets?
No. Come on. Yeah, pass me the scissors, Rusty, please. What's he doing that on? What's he got that on there for, Mark? Come here, you. What is that doing on there?
No.
What is that doing on there? It's a cordon bleu cookery school badge. Marcus, can you hold him, please? Shh, customers. Marcus, can you hold him, please? Restrain him. Take it out of the bowl. Marcus, please. The cordon bleu cookery school. I know it's the last one.
You got a brag on, didn't you, the last one? Oh yeah, can I have another one?
Cookery badges aren't part of the uniform. Unfortunately for commie chef Simon, kitchen ritual demands their immediate removal.
The cordon bleu cookery school is gone now. You're no longer there.
Oh my God.
Out of the way. Watch your fingers. Jesus Christ. Sarge. Sarge. Another scalp. Put it. There's a bit of excitement. There's a nice banter in amongst the boys in the kitchen. The strange thing about this is that there's no higher 3 stars. So keeping on to that dream about becoming one of the best in Europe, or one of the best in the world, is important. And I won't stop till I get it. Winning 3 stars would be a pure hard-on. I will not be depressed. And it's not a very pleasant way of putting it, but I mean, I have to be honest. There's very few chefs in this country who ever get a chance to win 3 stars.
Despite the excitement, it's no excuse for relaxing discipline in the kitchen.
Put on here, donut.
One of his waiters has committed a cardinal sin. He served a lunchtime table the wrong starters.
Oh no, come on. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Fucking hell. Oh, there's nowhere near the same. Who served that? What have you done, Silver? It's not even the same, Silver. And are they eating it, Jean-Claude? Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, fucking hell. I mean, this is so fucking unfair. You know that? Here you go, Silver. Put it in the fucking bin. It's so unfair. 30 covers for lunch. We can't even get it fucking right. Get out of the kitchen, Silver, yeah? Get out my fucking side. And so they chose a la carte and we served them lunch menu. Oh, come on. Oh, this is a fucking embarrassment. Even if one dish was the same, there's nothing similar. It's completely fucking hell. One train de jour, one ravioli. What are they doing? Oh, come on. At this level, these prices, this level. And they're standing there peeing their pants about a fucking Michelin guide. Huh? Get Silver out. Comes back at 5 o'clock. I'm not going to look at him, get him out of the establishment. He comes back at 5 o'clock. Do you understand? Yeah? Get him out my sight. Do you understand? Yeah? Tell him to fuck off for the afternoon, start thinking about his career. Do you understand?
The mistake cost Sylvain his job. He was sacked later that day. The zero-tolerance policy isn't exclusive to Ramsay. His family remembers when Gordon was on the receiving end during a tough apprenticeship under Marco Pierre White, currently the only British chef with 3 stars. At 32, Ramsay can now become the youngest chef ever to win the award and beat his former boss.
Sometimes when he phoned home, being in Bridgewater and Gordon being in London, I used to feel really sorry for him because if it was a bad night, he used to say, oh, you know, he was ready to give up. Everything went wrong in the kitchen, he couldn't do nothing right. But sometimes he used to just feel so upset on the phone, and I used to feel it because I wasn't there. You know, he wasn't at home, and I wasn't there for him, you know. Like, in between this, I mean, Marco used to phone me at home and say that, you know, he's got to discipline Gordon like the rest of the chefs because, you know, one day he'll get there.
I don't know whether Gordon looks at me as a mentor. I know Gordon's appreciative of the advice I gave him in his younger days. I know he's appreciative of what I did for him. And he respects me for what I did for him. And he's never questioned or challenged my respect.
I mean, I don't know, I've often wondered, you know, perhaps some of Gordon's staff, you know, in the kitchen. But at the end of the day, he's just helping them on their way. They're learning from him. And this business, you know, thinking he's a mean chef, he's not. He's just helping them on their way like he did.
What are we doing? What are we doing? Mark, what did I say? Mark, what did I say? We just got the ticket on, he's sending a new scale. What did I say? What did I say?
After the starter, Gordon.
After the starter. Send 3 Muscal away.
Yes, Gordon.
And where are the starters? Are they gone yet? You, fuck off downstairs. Right now.
Yes, Gordon.
Dreamer. Hey, Tom. Cockroaches work on the floor. Why don't you look under the lights and put it down here and check the bed nicely and discuss it with Mark? What are you doing on the floor? What are you doing on the floor? What are you doing on the floor? You're supposed to be a maitre d', hey, a head waiter. What are you doing on the floor? Change the floor? Oh, fuck off, Tom. That was Tom the Jelly Bean. Yeah, absolutely. Really? Why are you working on the floor again? Sorry, Stu. Leave it, Tom. Just leave it and fuck off in the dining room, Tom. Shit. He's like a fucking cockroach. He's all over the floor.
It's been 5 months since Ramsay set up his own restaurant, and his past is starting to catch up with him. He walked out of the Aubergine restaurant after a bitter fallout with his ex-partners. Now they're suing him for £1 million. They claim he poached staff and customers and vandalised one of their restaurants. To cap it all, Gordon's father has just passed away.
I've had a pretty shit week so far, and I don't think there's much more that could have gone wrong, really, to be honest. And I suppose, only 3 days after my father's funeral, and now we're faced with this crap. I'm going to fight it. What they don't realise, these guys, is the fact that when people poke me like this, I become stronger. Vandalism, threatening staff, telephone calls is absolute ludicrous. And so, now I'm going to put my defence up, and God help them, because this morning I employed a serious, determined counsel that hasn't lost a case today. And I don't care whether he costs £1,000 a day or £1,500 a day. He's on my side, and he's going to fight my battles, and we're going to go all the way. £1 million lawsuit, that could affect my family, that could affect Megan, that could affect my mother's house, that could affect my business, and there's no way on earth any of that's ever going to slide for the sake of wrongful allegations, ever.
The legal battle could last up to 18 months, but the race for the third star is about to come to an end. This year's Michelin Guide is published in 1 day's time, but Gordon's hoping a press contact will tip him off today.
Faye Master's getting a copy of the...
Marco's already on the phone to find out whether his record has been broken.
Hello, Marco, how are you? Yeah, fine, how's things? Oh, have I heard the good news? Shit, no, I haven't heard anything, no. Well, you don't want to go in, do you? It's like a naughty boy staying away from school. It's annoying because somebody knows and you don't. So, yeah, I'm just getting changed now, and Mark's just come over. I'm just going to go to work. But what do you do? Get changed and go and start boning out the lamb?
What's Gordon been like over the past couple of days? I mean, it must be pretty nerve-wracking.
Yeah, I suppose it is pretty nerve-wracking. He's been a pretty much pain in the arse, really, because all he's done is talk about it. Of course, it's the thing that's on his mind at the moment, and he's quite consistent in talking about it and getting, trying to find everyone's opinion about it. But that's to be expected, I think, because it's been a big thing on his mind. It's been his dream since he's been in a pair of whites to win his third star. And this is probably the most exciting time of his life. I'm pretty confident myself that he's got it. It's just a matter of what they think.
Christ almighty. Okay. Either way, that's right. I'd rather know today. Okay. I'd rather know today the disappointment. If there's a disappointment, so I could brief the staff and say, hey guys, calm down, fucking start concentrating. Then I'm gonna fucking disappear. It's not nice, is it? It's not nice. You had no purpose in life.
It's like winning an Oscar, I would imagine. It's something that you think about and you dream about, but there's only very few chefs that can actually be in a position to achieve that accolade. So it's the ultimate accolade for a chef. The Michelin Guide is a chef's guide.
With the Michelin results hanging over him, Gordon's a man in torment. He heads for the restaurant to be put out of his misery.
Sorry, why don't you just get a paper delivery?
How can you have to have keys to the gates and everything? Don't be silly.
Paper delivery.
Well, you could say we've probably had the busiest weekend ever, so that he doesn't have to think about anything. He's really just hasn't thought about it.
Since last September, since we opened, we've had some very serious inspections, and the decisions have been made now. They made their minds up nearly 2-3 months ago. So to think that we don't know, and they made their minds up 3 months ago, is quite painstaking. It's not a very nice situation to be in. Mark has been on the phone all day yesterday, this morning. Have you heard? Have you heard? Friday was an absolute nightmare. So I'm determined not to go through that kind of day again today.
everyone thinks he's got it, and he won't ever accept that until he sees it in black and white, or they've been to see him. Because if he hasn't, and he's been saying he has, or he thinks he has, he's going to look stupid.
.30 at Ramsay's Chelsea restaurant. He's expecting a call from his press contact in the next half an hour. If Gordon clinches 3 Michelin stars, Marco loses his record as the youngest ever winner. He's back on the line to find out if there's a new champion.
It's just a horrible predicament to be in. Like 24 hours, you're either going to go to the slaughterhouse or you're going to go to the fucking Royal Hospital Road and run up and down start bollock naked. As soon as I hear something, I'll give you a call back. In fact, I'll give you a call back in 20 odd minutes. Where are you? At the Mirabelle? I'll give you a call. Yeah, fucking yeah, that's fantastic. Take care. Bye-bye. Bye. Thank you, Dan. Yeah, second time. Saying, let's go for a celebration lunch. I said, Marco, it's a bit fucking premature, don't you think? He said, no, but if you hear anything, I'll take you to lunch. Okay, now.
She's going to be on the phone all day?
Every 15 minutes. Fucking Marco.
Three stars can mean a personal visit from the Michelin inspectors, but they're a law unto themselves, and so far, there's no sign.
We've been waiting Friday, he didn't come, we'll be waiting today, and we see. Nobody can tell, really. Michelin is so, unpredictable. We never know when they come, that's what's good about the guy, is that it's always unpredictable. About the rating, about when they come, who's gonna come, what's they gonna do, what's they gonna say. And that's actually what makes they're so popular.
The waiting has become too unbearable. The call hasn't come, and Gordon's disappeared from the restaurant. His staff have been briefed to call him with any news.
Everybody wants to be top, really, don't they? That's what everybody's working for. I mean, you wouldn't work this amount of hours a day, put this kind of commitment into cooking or into your career if you didn't want to be at the top. You could be working 8 hours a day in a brasserie. If you didn't want to be there, then you wouldn't be here. I mean, personally, for me, we deserve it, but at the end of the day, it's up to them. They've had some strange decisions in the past. They've had some shocking decisions in the past, and people have been very surprised at some of the decisions. And so we have to wait and see. Really, you can't count your chickens till you read it in black and white in the Red Bible, as we call it.
Ramsay's inside contact has finally come through, but Mark's not sure if it's good or bad news.
A bit of a vague message, a bit of a cryptic clue, really, because still none the wiser, to be honest. No change is no change. We're not really too sure that's from the last restaurant or from this restaurant. No change, no change.
Because this last restaurant used to be 3 stars.
Well, here before we moved here was different, under a different name, and was a 3-star. But then we came from a 2-star, so when he says no change, we're not too sure.
He's been missing from the restaurant for 3 hours, but Ramsay's contact has tracked him down and phoned him with the news.
I think when he wins his 3 stars, it'll be, I suppose, the emotion that he feels will be like finishing a race. He's run his race, he's won his race, he's got his medal, and, you've got to say to yourself, what next?
So, any news?
Yeah, a little bit of news. Someone just saw the top of the press release, and no new 3 stars. No new 3 stars. Now, the person who saw it is quite serious, influential individual. I suppose what I'm waiting on now is to see it in my own eyes in black and white, which we'll get tomorrow. And I shouldn't really have that news today, to be honest. But I think I'd much rather know from her. than looking through a newspaper, I suppose.
Is it reliable, do you think?
It doesn't weigh up to me. It doesn't make any sense, I suppose. But it's a fucking bummer. Because it's hard hitting. Yeah, I've had Marco phoning all morning, and of course he's excited. He just phoned there 2 minutes ago, and I said, Marco, no new 3 stars. He said it's impossible. I said, Marco, there's no new 3 stars. I've just spoken to Tani. I said to Tani, I don't want to ring around everyone now and pest everybody because I just want to be, I suppose, left on my own really. And so
quite upset.
Yes, of course. You're upset personally, professionally, your staff. I don't have to worry about facing everybody because it's not exciting news for everybody. And I think now you've got to pick it back up, I suppose. I started the year off pretty shit, so I suppose January '99 will go down as one of the worst months in my entire life so far. Okay.
Sean, if you're tired, fuck off home. Okay? Have a good sleep with your girlfriend, come back tomorrow, yeah? Okay? Look for a new fucking job. Stand there rubbing your fucking eyes like some faggot. Okay? What I'm trying to tell you now, I'm fed up wiping your ass every day, you know that? If they're small Saint-Jacques, 4, if they're large, 3 pieces. Okay, Darren? Yes, good. About time you use your initiative, don't you think? Yes, good. Wake up then, Darren, let's go. Like I said, if you're tired, fuck off home and come back tonight and help clean. Do you understand? Well, get with it then, Sean, yeah? Because you're a bit lethargic for me, do you understand? A bit too laid back, yeah? Get with it, yeah? Get in the dining room. Dreamer.
No, I'm very happy. I am happy. I'm happy. I am happy. Listen, I'll give you a call later. Take care, bye-bye. Down, please, Sean. So I just phoned, Marcus said in a way, there's a big side of me that I'm very happy that you didn't win your third star because that means you would have been the youngest chef ever. And that means you'll never beat me now. So you can only equal me. Piece of shit, man.
Just calm down. I'm not shouting any louder. Fuck.
Look at that.
So we're not in the fucking shit now, you fat bastard. Put the tray down. You can't cook an artichoke.